go.
3, 2.
Let me turn me down.
Yeah, intro music.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Another amazing week. Glorious day, y'all. We made it. We made it today. Today is another glorious day. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can't hear me in the chat, let me know. Paul is on here ready to troll like he does every week.
That's my dog, Paul.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
My bag. That's the wrong.
That's
wrong
my dog,
Paul.
Paul. I already talked.
My bag, Paul. Oh, shout out to you, Paul.
Paul the Rider, man. He showed mad love.
Shout out to you, Paul. We got another Paul that be, trolling me every week. Trolling my people. I'm so sorry.
Nah.
Shout out to you off the break before I even introduce my guest. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Hey, hey, Jen. What's up, Big Mama? Love y'all. Okay. Today we have on the couch. On the couch. I know I say this every week, and I've been doing this. I've been doing the show for about 1.5 years now. Every week I say one of my favorite people, but it's like y'all really do be my favorite people, man.
We're a big family.
Hey, listen, we tend to attach to each other and unite and just you have your favorites. You got your favorites, and for real, you can't even really get on the couch if I don't know you like that. So many people be asking me, when you gonna let me be on your show? It's like, I don't even know what to ask you. I haven't had no experiences with you. Like, I don't even, we went shooting in the gym together. I don't know you like that, So, but today I got my man Terrence Green on the couch. I simply adore this dude. And not only do I simply adore this dude, I'm almost positive that every single person that's came in contact with you, except these hoes, like, love themselves some Terrence Green.
They love me too.
The hoes love you.
They just get a little angry too.
Love you. He is not only an amazing influencer, is what you guys call it. He's a very talented, just all around great guy, great person. Should I say? You agree?
Yeah, I would hope so. I agree. I agree. Based off the majority that I come into, I think they agree too.
I think you are one of the most selfless people in the game, because it's something that we do, we had to do, or we want to do, or we choose to do. Way back in 2014 and 15, before everybody started becoming influencers, Terrence and I used to do all the videos together. It was me, you, Jahan, Tony Baker. Like, we go back, and we used to viral. I'm talking about pop, pop, pop. Throw out viral videos like way. I could not find that video of us in the car for nothing.
With Gigi.
With Gigi.
I
looked for that video to post.
Found that John.
Man.
All our old heat, I keep all our old heat.
Man, I can't. Make sure you post this.
That's like better than a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, no, the new stuff ain't nothing but them trying to ride off of our old stuff and remix it, and it's just a mess. But I just remember Terrence opening up his home so we could shoot every Thursday. You knew to be there every Thursday at whatever time if you wanted to shoot.
Even if I wasn't home, they was like,
Terrence hated it.
We need that key.
He had bought this little puppy. I remember you bought this little dog.
Nah, it was just to me at that time, I was trying to transition from dancing into acting. So I needed a way to showcase like what I could do. You know what I mean? And I knew the way wasn't running around and saying, yo, I can act. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just put some stuff out that I think is like TV material. And then maybe I can, get signed and become an actor or something like that. It worked.
I was gonna say, that's what somebody that signed and became an actor, maybe I can sign. So you're saying 70 videos has done it? No,
I mean way more than that. That was just the seed that I planted. That way I could network, I can get the experience because I couldn't afford acting school at the time. You know what I mean? And I didn't have no experience filming, talking. It was all dance. So I've been on set a lot of times, but I'd just be standing there, so I would watch them. But then they'd be like, you go dance. So I can never speak. It was always just, you know what I mean? So
that's what people may or may not know about you is you are a professional dancer.
Yeah, get it popping.
Tell us some of your experiences just dancing. I mean,
Man,
and where it started and how and
started in PA, little town called York, PA. So what I mean, popped off. My homeboy said women like dudes who dance, and I was like, yeah, right. So it was a dare because I was a clown. Like I'm a clown. So I was like, I got something for you, bro. Let's hit the club next week. Teach me a dance, and I'm gonna pop that thing in the club. Because I was the dude when dudes would like dance, I would jump in and like make fun of them. I'd mess up the vibe. You know what I mean? Like I jump in like, ooh, y'all can ooh, right? And low key, now that I look back, I think I wished I could do it. You know what I mean?
low
So
key,
I was
you,
low-key
you wanted to
hating.
be one of them.
I wanted to be
That's
one.
what most haters do.
You
Though.
know
They
what I
low
mean?
key
So-
want to be.
So he told me, he was like, yo, I could teach you a dance. I was like, yo, teach me a dance. I want to learn it, right? Taught me his dance, low key. I picked it up, So the next week in the club, I'm in there focused. I'm locked in. All I'm worried about is when that song come on. Because, at that time, you couldn't request it. You had to wait for it to drop. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting. I'm like, when this song come on, we hit it. They loved it. Everybody liked it. Even booked a gig that night.
Wait a minute. So, question.
Yeah.
Can anybody dance?
Nah, I'm blessed.
Okay. So
I worked
that's what I was
hard,
wondering.
though. It wasn't like I just was like, okay,
That's
I
what
got
I was
it.
wondering because I was like, the way you was like, my friend taught me, like, could anybody teach anyone to
I
dance?
believe anyone, yes.
So you believe anyone
I
can
believe
dance?
anyone can dance, yes.
Okay, if they was taught.
Honestly, it's more of an expression. That's what most people think. You gotta be nice, like you gotta know how to wave perfectly and all that. Dancing is just expressing yourself.
It's just like everything else. You just got to be free with it.
Yeah, you gotta be free with it, confident, love yourself, and love what you're doing at the time, and it reads. And I think that's what blessed me in my dance because as hard as I worked, I wasn't as good as a lot of the top tier world touring ones, but I excelled because on stage people connected with me. People always felt something I was trying to give and something like that. So they would always be like, if you just keep, you know what I mean? Because they would always see something. If you
So
just,
it's just all it was more so heart and passion, not just
not
talent.
just skill. You know what I mean? So they would always cash. And I think that's what inspired me to keep going because I never got to do like the major world tours or the major award shows, but I got to open up for like Drake. I got to go on the road, but I got to be like the almost like opening act, never headline. Or I wanted an award show. I wanted the BET Awards, Source Awards, Hip Hop Awards.
You did all those?
I didn't do none of them.
Okay.
But
okay, like
I got country music awards
it's
under
all right.
my belt.
It's
You
all
know
right.
what I mean? I was one of two black people there. You want to know the other one? Lionel Richie. And I didn't even know who that was at the time. We walked by each other. He spoke to me because he was just happy to see another black guy. Like that. Like we was cracking up. But it's like, it always gave me a taste of what I was trying to aim for. And that's why I always kept pushing. And that's what kept me in and got me on America's Best Dance Crew. Like one of the biggest dance shows in the world.
Because, I mean, what people may or may not know, you be dancing your butt off. I mean, I used to be like that, Terrence. I mean, he just do all types of stuff. And I just be like, how do you even know how to get your feet to twist like that and this and that, this and that? Could you imagine let's back up to when you first moved to Los Angeles.
Whew.
Because this is what the Joncea show is about. It's about just, I feel like when I moved here, I needed a lot. I needed a lot of help. It was just a lot. And I wanted to tell my story to people who are watching. Because now I'm going on 10 years, but in the beginning, especially, I wanted to be transparent with the people that loved me so they wouldn't look at me like you're a stupid bum bugaboo type person, which I may have been in all their opinions and everything like that. But I really created a Joncea show and the movie that I'm about to do called Light Workers. I'm working on a movie called Light Workers, which I would love for you to be on. What the purpose of this was just so they could see that it wasn't just me in the same spot. We are kind of the same but different. Man. You know what I'm saying? So tell me how it was just transitioning from where you moved and tell us a little bit about Terrence.
So the move to LA was actually like my second restart. So I went to Atlanta first.
Okay.
That's where I started dancing, and that's where my like industry experience was. I had 9 to 5 and all that. So I built a dance career that was pretty good, and it took some years, and it got to where I was a working dancer in ATL. I got on America's Best Dance Crew and got my first trip out here. Now, being in LA is like a childhood dream. Like I was a Kobe fan since a kid.
Really?
I'm like Lakers. I've never been out here, never really seen the palm trees. Like never been to the West Coast. So it was bigger than just me going out here to do this show. So when I saw it, I was just like, my head just was like mind blown. So I said, I'm coming. I'm out of here. Like Atlanta's been cool. I figured it out. I gave everything away. My apartment, I was living really nice. 2 bed, 2 baths,
Same.
Community. And
You
I was
just
doing
said.
pretty good. Because in Atlanta, it was cheaper at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was doing fine. Came out here and literally had to start over. And we all hear about it. It's hard. But, like, there are those nights, numerous nights, 3, 4, 5 nights in a row. I'm showering at the gym. You know what I mean? I'm running into, comics, that are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And we get it, you know what I mean? Or I was lying to my mom a lot, you know what I mean? Saying, she's like, how you doing? You good? Yeah, I ate, and then it was I think it was like the 4th day I didn't eat. I didn't tell anybody. I hit my mom up to see if she could send me some bread. And she was like snapping on me. Like, and I told her, I was like, normally I wouldn't ask this, but it's my 4th day without eating. And she's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
you're losing it, you know what I mean? So the sacrifices and starting over was just a mind-boggling experience. But in my head, I took the leap of faith to go to ATL and figured it out then. I didn't know anybody, so I did the same thing here. You know what I mean? I just believed I could do it, and I'm really, I feel like God gave me this weird gem in me to just accept my truth. So if I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. So even though I moved here, and my family looked at me and friends looked at me like, oh, you on now. And I'm like, I'm not.
Mm-mm.
What am I on? What are you watching me on? Like, I'm just here.
the thing is what I think it is, and why we always can look like something. We're doing something to other places is just because they're looking at what we're aiming for and maybe seeing a touch of it. But we're living this every single day, and it's like, I know right now I got $36 in my account, and I'm good with that though. Like I don't need anything. I only got $36 because I had to put 76 in my daggone car.
I had to make it work.
But what people don't know is this is $1 billion process. Anything that comes with that amount of money takes some time. But when you said you had to wash up in the gym, man, I had to wash up in Ralph's grocery store.
Bruh.
And in that same grocery store, I would eat samples.
Bruh.
And I would do it live. Like,
Bruh.
y'all, I'm eating samples. They just thought I was eating samples. No, nigga, that was how I was eating that day. Like, I stayed kind of hefty out here because I maneuvered a little bit different, and I could cook. So once you gave assistance of food stamps, as long as I found somebody that had a kitchen, like, I would come over your house and cook sometime, and you didn't even know I lived in my car.
I was cool with it because I didn't mind you cooking because I was eating bullshit too. So I was like, this teamwork. She gonna whip a meal.
Right.
I'm gonna sit there and let her whip it. Go ahead.
Terrence would call me like, Joncea, can you cook me something to eat?
I buy the food,
please. I buy any. What do you need me to buy?
I make 5 meals. I'm sick of these 5 meals.
Right.
You know, my mama called me the other day, right? And I didn't realize how it sounded, right? But I laugh at it now because she got so scared, right? She's like, how you doing? She's like, I was like, I'm tired. She's like, what you tired from? You had a long day? I said, nah, life. She's like, what's wrong? Like, she got real scared. Like, what you going? I was like, it's the same shit every day. Like, the food don't change. Like, and she twice my age. I know you tired. That's why I said,
like, Mom, you
ain't
like
over
it?
this? Like, you ain't over Earth? Ain't nothing else? Like, I was like, this place was different when I was a kid. Like,
it's because we had a different dream and we didn't have to support it when we were children. We had dreams, but they were like dreams to meet Barney and shit. And you meet him and bow.
I'm like, bro, this world is wild. But I mean, I've learned to embrace both sides of it, and I think that's where I make fun. Like, I have fun in it. Like, somebody told me that like I'm comfortable in chaos, and that's weird for me. And when they said it, I was like, damn, you kind of right.
Wow.
Like, in my most chaotic moments, I'm moonwalking.
But the reason why they look at it as chaos, we look at it as normal.
Because it's our reality. Like, we grew up in that.
This is what we have to do. Like, people don't understand. There is a process, and the virtue is in the struggle out here in LA. People don't grasp that. us washing in grocery stores and it's a million. I mean, us washing like in gyms and you see your homie, everybody taking showers. We ain't working out. We taking showers to put on nice, clean clothes to go look like we good. But that's a part of this dream.
Yeah.
This is what comes with it, and the virtue is in the struggle. I
This
mean,
is
think about how much more you appreciate once you do get something, or once once you do achieve what the first dream you were trying to
yeah.
achieve or whatever. Look at the difference in how you feel about it. So I mean, it's just something that comes with it, and I reach out to family and friends sometimes, and they just don't understand because they just watch me on TV. They don't know we record that 6 months before. We been ate that check.
That's over with.
Look,
That money gone.
by the time y'all seen that cooking show,
That
man,
money
that 5
gone.
G's been gone. Look, I
That money
won. I did
gone.
win. But that money been. But you don't know how to tell somebody. They don't understand that.
They just tell them.
They getting paid every 2 weeks. They don't. They don't.
It. They just be like, I ain't got it.
Yeah. They. You know, some people on it and some people don't. But let me ask you this: Who is your hero?
My mother.
That's one thing about you. I've always loved you. Love your mommy.
My mother is my.
Hey y'all, I used to text Terrence.
I text her right now
All
to
the
make sure she
time.
watching.
I used to be like, Terrence, you and your mom sleeping together, like joking with him because I swear he would see his mom and it looked like they was tugging. Like one time, I was like,
What?
Terrence,
No,
Terrence.
I just kissed my mom on the mouth. I'm Puerto Rican. That's how we grew up.
Hey, let me tell y'all something.
Oh, you saw the crying video. That was the video. She lost her mind when I popped up on her. She was like, oh my God.
I know, I remember that. But
I forgot. I was like, what video you talking about?
No, Terrence loves.
Nah,
I
that's
mean,
my-
the
that's
way
my
he
dog,
loves his
bro.
mom. Like I love my mom too. I really do. But the way you love your mom is just so satisfying
It
if you
is.
actually
That's
watch it or you know him personally. He ain't talking about nothing without bringing his mom in the situation.
Because she's honestly my best friend.
Yeah.
Like it's like one thing I grew up is I've seen people have parents that are certain ways, and you just know that way. You know, like you see their parents, they're that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom don't have a way. She wears a million hats. Like I'm sure other moms do, but like for me, she knew how to be my best friend. She knew how to be my mom. She knew how to be my doctor. She knew how to be my leader. She knew how to be a king. She knew how to be a queen. Like she carried all these hats and she wore them very well. Like when I say my best friend, like I can talk to her about anything and I won't feel like I'm on the phone with my mom. But the moment I say something where mom needs to come and maybe drop a gem or be like or anything like that, she'd be quick to say it like that.
She step into mommy mode.
Yeah, she step into mommy mode quick or give advice or something like that. Like my mom knows 5 languages and I just found this out. Cause when my mom's Rican from Puerto Rico and like when I grew up she barely knew English. So the whole time she's learning English, she's learning other stuff too. Like she just so much about this like woman that just blows my mind that when we went through the things we went through that made us closer. You know what I mean? Sleeping in a car, shelters, always on the run from the things that, you know, we grew up around that like our bond walking through blizzards of snow and PA and stuff like that, cross towns, you know what I mean? Like me and her we went through it and I never seen her crack. Like I know what my mom went through as an adult and I knew as a kid, you know what I mean? But like she never I lied. Sorry. I saw her crack twice, but she didn't know I saw her. She thought I was asleep, and I heard her crying.
Oh.
But it's like, she never, I mean, through the snow, through all the abuse, through everything she went through, she was like up, like Rocky, dog. Like, I've never met a woman like that in my life. So, like, I can't complain about what I experienced. And when I think back at her, I'm
Hence
like,
to see why you like this is nothing to you.
It can't be.
And your goal is to make sure your mom will never have to have any of those experiences.
Never again. And
Put
my
value
stepdad
to her
helps that.
name.
My stepdad is golden. This dude came in our lives out of nowhere and
Really?
just blessed both of us. My stepfather's like one of the best male figures in my life, dog. Complete stranger. I tried to hate him off rip. We joke about it all the time because all I know is my dad. You know what I mean? I wasn't that kid who's seen a lot of men in my life, so I didn't know no other man. I'm like, you're not my dad, bro. I don't know who you are. And the first thing he ever said was like, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to try to be your dad. I'm a grown man. I'm going to respect you like a man, and hopefully you respect me as a man, and then we can grow. That's the first time a man has ever talk to me as an adult. I was 11 years old.
I was just about to ask how old
I
you
was
were.
11.
11.
That right there shook me up.
He said, "Man up."
That's what he said. You know what I mean? Because I was on something. I don't know you. You ain't my dad. And he was like, bro, we're not even going down that road. He's like, I ain't even gonna make you want to talk to me like that. And from that point on, we've never disagreed, never argued. I've never looked at this man sideways. I've.
So if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what happened with your dad?
It was just a different relationship. Like, my dad was an amazing man. He was in my life. You know what I mean? He just didn't know how to be a confident boyfriend to my mom, which affected the relationship at home and which made him physical for many, many years with my mom. So there was a lot of like nights of just violence and stuff in the house where we had to leave and find a place to stay and then come back, you know, because my mom didn't want to leave. She was just real stuck on this, my family. It's me, my little brother, and my mom and my dad. So she would just always come back, you know what I mean? But it was just years and years of that. And then one year I just told her, like, my dad would use us to get her back, you know, and then one year I just told her, like, don't come back. If you come back, like, I'll never come back. I'll run away. I think I said something like that. And I was so serious. Like,
How old were you then?
I was 11 because she had met my stepdad that following year, the beginning or at the end of that year. So that transition was, I eventually went from staying with my dad to with my mom and then being around my dad because it was a small town. So my dad was always around. He was just, the way he raised us, like a lot of my ways are from my dad. As weird as it sounds, like work ethic, how I want to be the best at things, how I compete so much, how my cleanliness, how I'm like my hygiene, just my drive on wanting to be great at things. That's all my dad.
Really?
I think my mindset on how I am with people is from my mom.
The love.
That caring side, the way I feel things, the way, because I just seen her hurt so much and I didn't understand it. So I spent most of my life trying to bring happiness to her, that I developed a personality to bring happiness to other people. And on top of that, I was getting therapy my whole childhood without even knowing it because I had to go to court all the time because of my parents, because the cops were always at my house. So my dad always got charged with something small where we had to go to court, or my mom would try to scare him a little bit, like, let me make him think he's going to jail, and then right at the end, like, I would drop it, type stuff, you know what I mean? So
it was a lot of toxicity.
it was a lot. It was like I was in court a lot. I skipped school a lot. Like, I missed a lot of school. I did that a lot, and I didn't realize how much therapy I was getting because I always had to talk to people. I always had to tell the story. So in my head, they just asked me, and I just told. I wasn't ratting on my dad, or I wasn't helping my mom. You know what I mean? I was just like, they asked me, I'm going to tell.
Plus, you're a kid.
I was
You
a kid,
don't
that's
even
all I
know.
So I'm just telling the story. So I was always used to expressing myself. So whereas like men are always told like not to, it's a thing. So now as an adult, because I see how much help I got and how easy it is for me to express things when I'm down, whereas most men can't. I know how to pick those words. I know how to say that, or I know how to just talk about it around men to where they could start to think like, oh, it's really not that bad to express yourself. I'm like, nah, bro, there's healing in this. You know what I mean? Like, you can find so much growth in just talking about things you've experienced. And that doesn't mean bringing anyone down. I can talk about my dad all day, and I won't bring him down. But it's my truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he gets to a point where he doesn't like what I say, he has to, like, understand he gave me a reason to say that.
That makes sense. And it also
upset.
affects you as an adult.
Yeah.
You know, not being honest, not being able to tell your truth, not living in your truth. You could tell the effects. And sometimes as children, we need to be honest with our parents so they can step up.
Yeah.
Or so they can think about, some of the things and things like that, that happen. But I think that's amazing, and I can see how you are the person that you are just by you saying that. And Terrence, by the way, y'all, is one of those guys you could be on the phone with him for 2 straight hours, and we'll just be talking randomly on and on and on and on and on. He is a great listener, and just an all around great guy. So your mom is your hero, and that's ecstatic. I actually had the pleasure of meeting your mother. Not only is she one of the most gorgeous people, still, like, I don't even know how old she is. She looks like she's my age.
60.
She looks like she's about 40. Seriously.
Yeah, she's
and she's just she's just what you said. She's just light. Like if anybody's watching this, go find Terrence's page and his mom. I'm sure is all over it, and they're probably like, this. But find his mom and just see how beautiful and how
Awesome.
she's so present.
She is. She been through hell, bruh.
But I'm just saying in your career, like that time you won that contest, some comedy contest we did years ago,
bro,
and she popped up and surprised you.
Drove from Florida to Cali for my first stand-up show.
Yeah.
Ever.
I remember
Ever.
that.
Blew my mind.
And
Didn't
you were
tell me
crying.
nothing.
You were crying. I just was like,
I was
oh my God,
tripping,
this
dog.
is so special.
Because
Like
she ride for me. She
it's
never
those
missed a
moments.
game. She, like, as a kid, I remember, like, my mom, like, this might be a lot. She might hate me for this, but, like, when it's that time of the month for my mom, she would have it so bad, she would have to go to the ER a lot. She had to get a surgery to stop it, whatever the case. But I remember so many times I would have basketball games during that week or something, and she'd be on the bleachers like this, still like, let's go. I was like, my mama up there dying, you know what I mean? But
Such
she riding,
great-
She just sent me tapes of my childhood of all my games. Loudest one in the gym. I don't know how she didn't get kicked out. Like she wanted to mute the tape, she said, because she was like, I was just so loud. And she's like, Mira, get him, let's go. No, bad call, ref. Like,
The Puerto Rican mom.
yeah, I just love it, man. Like, she just rose. She didn't know much, you know what I mean? She didn't know much about the, like, American ways, the States or whatever. But she would always just be like, go, be free. And I think that's the one thing that made me, like, who I am. She trusted me because I see a lot of parents who try to protect their kids and keep them safe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it because, you know, you've been through it. So you just, like, you don't want them to experience. But I had read somewhere where it said the best parent is one who could let a careful child be free.
And let me tell you something, Terrence, that you saying that. My parents, I mean, I adore your mom, but I had the greatest parents. I adore your story and all that. And Mom, I know you're watching. You were great, but let me tell you, my parents let us do. I don't want to say anything, but oh my gosh, they would just let us go.
Yeah.
And we were able to explore anything. And when we got burnt, they fucking told us, you are going to get burnt. But going out there, and you know, I was the youngest of 6, so, you know, the younger you are, the more you have to fall back on, so you do the most wackest stuff ever, period. Because I never got in trouble for nothing I did. They always did. It's like they knew better for what I did. So I would do things, but my mom would be like, don't. And I would do it anyway, and she'd be like, what I tell you? But the fact that she let us live, it was so many kids on our street, like, couldn't stay outside, past the street lights and all that. My parents was like, long as you on the front. Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. And I think that's what our parents saw. Like, yeah, we were out there, but we were careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though we were wilding, they had something that says, like, but they gonna learn. They the type that as soon as they poke them, as soon as they start bleeding, as soon as they hurt you, like, ah, shit.
And then when you get in the real world, you don't become a wild bat.
Yes.
Because you done already,
You like, nah,
you done
I'm
had
cool,
a drink.
bro.
You know,
cool, bro.
you done smoked some weed. You done did a little bit of, you in the real world like, why y'all doing this? So played. Like, is this your real first drink? Like, at 21?
I was in a padded room my whole life. Like.
Right. Crazy and scared and all that. But
Yeah,
hey.
no, that freedom really, freedom with control, I can guess you can say, was definitely helpful for me because it helped me adapt. I grew up around so many different types of, like, people. You can just throw me in any crowd and I'm cool. Like,
Same. And
straight.
I think that's also one of the gifts that we were born with, because whether you believe it or not, dancing is definitely a gift for you from God. He gives us all different gifts. And some things we can just do naturally, like boom. And then some things, like I can do anybody's hair. Like, boom. That's just a gift he gave me. And it's a lot of people that have been taught. And I had to learn, you know, the definite techniques and all that stuff. But I was born, boom, boom with that. And it's like he gives us these gifts and we're able to use them just because, like you said, we're able to express ourselves and things like that. So let me know if you want to talk about this. If you do, if you don't.
I talk about it. I already know. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck you up too. Watch.
It
I'm gonna
always
catch
does.
you off guard. I'm
Don't
gonna
do
catch
this.
you off guard today.
I don't even know what you're doing right now. Stop it.
Let's go.
I haven't even said anything
I
yet.
already know. Come on.
Terrence, stop. You see what he doing? Don't do no reverse psychology on me
You
and
did.
scare me
Yeah.
to asking you the questions.
Let's
I'm
go.
the Wendy Williams right now,
Let's
okay?
go.
Sheesh. All right. So you have a sibling,
Yeah.
a sibling that the very first time I came in your place, I was like, okay, so who's this guy? Let's talk about it because it was,
Yeah.
it wasn't just you growing up.
Nah, I have a little brother. I lost him 7 years ago to suicide.
Mm.
It's kind of wild. Today's his birthday.
God dang it!
So
Is that why you said it was gonna mess me up?
Yeah.
God.
so
Aw,
so right now I'm just like my phone's being blown up right now. How you
Terrence.
doing? You good? You good? They know. I'm gonna have my time, but nah. I mean, it's my reality. Is making my story. Is helping me change the world. It's not something great. You know what I mean? But I've found a way to make it a part of my life journey, story, and just make it. It's just a load that I carry. So
Yeah.
I just take it with me, and when it's time to like open that box, I open it, camera or
Yeah.
not. If I need to drop some tears, I need to let it out. I let
We
it
like
out.
we like crying on the Joncea.
Yeah, I don't trip
No.
over it. I've always, like I said, I grew up expressing what I've been through, so that's not the hard part. The hard part is the reality. The hard part
Yeah.
is that fact.
Do you know? I mean, of course you know, but do you mind telling us what happened or what you think happened? Or
We don't really know, man. That's the hard part. Like we grew up in such a wild life that like he lived a street life. He was out in the streets, you know what I mean? He did his thing, but it never made us feel like that. I honestly, like, to be real with you, I think personally our childhood was a lot darker than the things we experienced as an adult, even the things we did as an adult. You know, I
Mhm.
did a lot of things I'm not proud of. I was around environments that I did things that I shouldn't have done, and God blessed me with the ability to run left instead of right.
A
You know
new
what I mean?
life, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
So like he woke me up, and even when I went to go leave, like my little brother was like my biggest fan. Like he was like, "Yo, go do that. Like you go to ATL, make it. You know what I mean? Like you go and do it. Just kill it. Whatever you do, kill it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there." But I don't know. Like we know he went through a lot, and even as a kid and stuff like that. But we felt like he just got tired. That's just the best thing. Like there was no signs of it because all the signs were in our childhood. Like everyone was scared that we was gonna do this to ourselves as kids because of how much we expressed ourselves. So they would
Mm.
always talk to us about it, and I'd be like, I remember saying it as a kid, like I want to die, like I don't want to be here, but I ain't really want to do it. You know what I mean? But the life he was living after, like once he started being out on his own, kind of like prepared us for his absence in a sense, but
Mm.
not from that way. Like we thought the streets was gonna get to him. You know what I mean? So I was preparing my life to hate a family or hate a guy, hate somebody else.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Be like, not my brother, nigga, you killed my brother. I was expecting that for many years. You killed my brother type.
Wow.
That he did it to himself, that's just a concept that I can't grasp. I stopped trying to. I gave up, and because like you can think about all it does is make you think about all the times you wish you would have did something better. And as a big brother, you know, you gotta understand, I picked on this kid a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like even the times where I was just like, I'm just being rough, I wish I didn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I can't be like that 100% because that wasn't the like reason.
No,
But you just
because you
start
were being a
thinking,
big brother. That's what
exactly,
big
that's
brothers
what
and
big
big
brothers
sisters
do.
do.
So you know you accept the things that you did and you make the best with what you have. But to figure out why, I think is over time it's made me feel selfish.
Mm.
Like because now I'm trying to figure out what's going on in his head, and no matter what, I'm just a brother. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, that's a big role, but like this man was also a son, a friend, a goon, a boyfriend, a stepdad. You know what I mean? Like he was so many things to other people that it's like I gotta account for the feelings that they bring too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was people in his life I didn't know about. You know, they all have an effect. You know what I mean? Like when I express what I experience or when I have my down times and people don't get it, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to be like, because you don't understand the type of weight I carry. You don't know how many people leaning on me. You don't know how big my family is.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people, like, even though they got a job and a family, they just watch me for a sense of relief. You don't know what I got to wake up with. So when I say things like that, I give him the the room to be like, he felt the same way.
Absolutely.
Y'all don't know what I'm going through. Y'all don't know how
We
I
all
feel when
carry.
you know what I mean. So I just leave it there
Yeah.
and just deal with my pain because that's
That's
another level of pain that I gotta carry.
Yeah, dang, I'm about to cry. I'm trying
Don't
not
cry.
to. I'm trying not to. You know, every time we talk about it, I cry. I just be
Don't
like,
cry.
Terrence, you just so. But happy birthday. I mean, in heaven
Yeah.
to you, and just
Fuck suicide. I say it a lot.
yeah,
But
just
hashtag
and
fuck suicide.
as family, y'all, we just have to be. I don't know. We just have to just make sure we just check on each other no matter what, no matter how good or bad we're looking, because depression is a real thing. And I think in our culture, black people, we don't really take depression as serious as it really is until it may be too late. Or, I don't know if he was depressed or not, but it's a thing we just don't see because we just overlook, oh, you all right. That type of thing, and it's our culture.
Yeah.
It's our culture where
But
we're
man
taught to
up.
be strong.
Man
Hell,
up.
our forefathers were slaves. We couldn't, they got beat. It was like you can't feel nothing. What do you mean? You depressed? What does that even mean, boy? If you don't go to work, like that type of thing. But it's something that needs to be talked about.
God
And
blessed me with something to like. When I get talked to or treated like that, like that's one of the worst things anyone can do to me, is make me feel like what I'm feeling is invalid.
yeah,
And I think that's why I express so much, is because I was always told like, what are you feeling? What happened? My
mm,
whole life, my whole childhood was always, what happened? How do you feel? So when people tell me something, like, I'm like, nah, bro, listen, I've been talking about the way I feel my whole life. I'm pretty sure you did. So one thing I do is I tell people, always express yourself, man.
yeah,
Always express
I
yourself.
always have, and people have a problem with my transparency. I've always expressed. My mom has always had that door open to like no matter what. You could tell me, you could come to me, no matter what, no matter. I mean, I went through a whole lot too,
Yeah.
but this ain't about me today. But it was just good to have a mom that I could also, like your mom, go to and talk to and all of that. But just the fact that you said we have so many people attached to us that are just watching, although they believe in God. Our responsibility, because God is a spirit. Sometimes people look at us as their tangible God, like somebody I see,
Yes.
and that's a lot of pressure. One, but it's something that we chose. Like I always look at certain celebrities that won't like take a picture with somebody, or do we even sign autographs anymore? I don't know, but won't sign an autograph or whatever. And it's like, this is what you chose. This is what comes with it. So you just have to take that responsibility, whether you like it or not. This is what you chose. So I often say, if you don't think you could do it, or if you can't, don't just don't.
Yeah, it's fun. I like people, man. I like the engagement I have. I like the stories. I like when the friends of my parents say to me, I went and got my GED
Because of
because of
you.
you.
Yes.
I'm like, for real, bro? You 60? You went back for real? Like, yeah, bro. If you could leave here and go to TV, I can get a GED. I'm like, I love it. You know
That
what I
is the
mean?
best feelings when
I
people
love it.
inbox you a
People's
couple of.
kids or my friends' kids, like, cause they all got like families now. They be telling them, yeah, Terrence, I went to school with him like that, and I didn't think that would ever happen to me. They're like, nah. They call me all the time,
All the time.
FaceTime. Say hi to my kid, and I get on the phone. They be like, my mama, my daddy, like that. I be like, yeah, we went to school. They be like, oh my god, or my cousins, they do like show and tells on me and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I be mind blown, bro, cause like this is just my dream that I'm actually living, and I understand it now. Like the dream doesn't necessarily always come with the big house, but the dream does come with the experience and the effect you have on the world and everything you said you went to do in yourself. So it's very spiritual. That's living the dream. I'm starting to learn, but like to see the impact that I have, to see these kids and stuff like that. It's like I remember when I did that for like Kobe and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And or even the kids like who would come to the schools, because I go to like a lot of schools. I be reading the kids and stuff like that, and I do like the big brother stuff. Like I be doing all the games. I'm weird, but
No, that's
I
all me. That's
love
that
doing
type of
that.
stuff. I love doing that type of
because
stuff
they
too.
meant more to me than like an NBA player I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I remember the first senior high school basketball player to come to the middle school class, and to me he was so cool. Like he was telling me that when you get to high school, you know, you're going. And I'm like, I want to be in high school. I want to be on a varsity like you. I want to be wearing a jacket like you.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. And he shook my hand. I was like, like that. And I was like, I get it. Like I'll never forget that. And when I go to these schools and these kids be like, they be sitting there looking like this. I'm like, I remember, kid. I remember, kid. You think I'm him? You think
I'm
I'm him?
you.
I be like, let's go. Like, it's just the cycle,
You can do
know.
it.
So it's like I know how I'm gonna make that kid feel, and
Yeah.
if I make that kid feel like that, like for real, and he understands it the way I did, man, he gonna take what I did and like nothing.
Let
you
me
know
tell
what I'm
you
saying?
something. Terrence is such a jewel. This is why he's sitting on
That's
the
why I
couch
love it.
of the Joncea.
This is just what I think. I mean,
You're
imagine.
such a jewel, though. You really are needed in this world.
Thank
You really
you.
are needed, and sometimes we don't understand life. Excuse me, life and how things go. But the fact that you can keep going, the fact that you can keep going is the jewels that so many of us need. We need each other too in this industry, but you are one of those people where I will never not answer your call. I will never not root for you because you're so grounded, should I say.
Thank you.
So down to earth, and you get it. I think a lot of people are big headed and I don't know, they don't get it, and then they don't get what they deserve in this industry.
Hmm.
Because God is the person handing out the movie roles and all this, and they think it's all my friend this and that. This God does the elevating,
Yeah.
but He only gives you what you give, what you put out, you get back, and this is why you can turn on Stars. Let's go and see Terrence on Step Up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about where that started and how did you even end up there? Because I remember watching it on YouTube Red
Man.
at first. Why am I this excited? I remember
Yes.
watching it on YouTube Red, and I remember going on there like, because we had to buy YouTube Red, by the way. I really think you should give me about $20, but whatever. We had to buy YouTube Red to watch you, but I just remember like going on YouTube Red and seeing you do your little thing, and I was like, look at Terrence. I was like so ecstatic. Let's talk about that
Let's talk about it.
and where it ended up. And oh man,
No, Step Up we started like 4 years ago almost. Season 1. The audition, man, took about 4 months. It's my first series regular. It's it's my biggest job so far. You know what I'm saying? I just that job changed my life. That was at a really wild time for me. I wasn't doing stand up as much. When I lost my little brother, that kind of rocked me.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it threw me. So I just want to say shout outs to Tony Baker. That guy is really inspiring me right now. A lot of people don't know my like stand up career kind of like got rocked when I lost my little brother. I was able to turn my pain into like humor, but it ate me up. Like every time I have a 15-minute funeral set on my little brother, and I did it so many times that it was helping me that then it started ripping me apart. Like so it kind of like scared me. Like I've been so scared to get back on stage. So seeing him, like I host shows and all that, but as far as doing stand up, I never even said this out loud. But I just wanted to give him his flowers because seeing the way he's going about it, you know what I mean, is really inspiring me. You know what I mean, to really tap back
I need
into
to get
that side of
Tony
me.
in here.
So shout outs to him. But that time I was really trying to pursue acting and stuff like that, and I heard about that from a friend. I had just switched over from dancing to like acting full time, trying to, and I went to an open call. They had already had 3 of them long story short, they brought me in like every other week for like 4 months, reading, trying things, dancing, acting, standing with girls and all that. So the, it was a hella dope experience, but it was hella stressful because remember how we talked earlier, we was broke, times was hard.
Yeah.
So I'm 3 months in traveling back and forth to this place. Like, I ain't got gas. I can't keep getting haircuts like this. I can't keep showing
Can't keep
up
calling
fly.
mom,
Y'all
like,
keep bringing me back in to do this callback like y'all just booked me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Lawrence, I just kept going on. I just had a feeling. I was like, I'm
It's that
these,
faith.
These people like me. They just not sure. So let me just keep going. You know. And then they booked me, and my life changed, bro. Like,
So this was on when it was on YouTube.
YouTube. And then we did season 1 and 2 in ATL, and season 3 got picked up by Stars. So we just shot that, and that just catapulted the experience tremendously. So, like, I'm so excited for it that I don't know when it's gonna come out. It's gonna be.
Wait a minute, I saw you on. Wasn't it on regular TV already?
It's on. So it's on other platforms right now. The show. Season 3 is gonna be on Stars. Like, we're gonna push it on.
What
Stars.
was on other platform? What other platform was it on? Because I thought I saw
That
you
thing
on.
was on Amazon Prime, like the Roku stuff.
Oh, it was on the Roku.
It was
That's
on
what
a
it
bunch
was.
of other platforms, along with everything else. Like, they just been
Right.
throwing them on platform. But,
Right.
So
But
we
those
did
platforms
3.
are
They
official.
help. Yeah, no, they help. And then we just shot, like I said, we just shot 3. Man, it's so
So
much.
when I called you last summer, you were shooting season 3.
Yeah. Like, I was in Atlanta almost 6 months. It was
Yeah.
an amazing experience. So we got so many dope people on the show. Like, this.
Yeah, because I got a little niece. Shout out to Samaya who's a big fan of you.
Oh my God.
We were watching it, and I was like, I know him. I can call him right now.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
I
she
remember
didn't
you.
believe I could call, and I called you, and she ran in here like, oh my God, oh my, it was so
Yeah.
funny.
No, I'm so excited, man. Season 3, I feel like everybody on the show, their characters just blew up so much.
Who's your character? Let's talk
I
about him.
play Rigo. Rigo is a multi-talented kid in ATL whose dad was a infamous drug lord, kingpin of the A, who was the business partner with Sage, who was played by Neo.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and Sage were like childhood, kids that grew up in the game, and then they grew up and Sage popped off and kind of left my dad in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Sage comes back, opens up a school for the arts, and meets me and thinks I am just this gem and likes me until he finds out who my dad is. Then he hates me, which makes me start to turn up on him. You know what I mean? Because I'm this young star on the rise. Everyone knows it, even you. But now you hating on me, and he's the like older star, established world, like he like the Jay-Z,
Right.
But he on his way out.
You like the Kanye?
I'm the young one on the way up. He on his way out, so it causes this friction, and then we just go at it. It just gradually turns into chaos, and then the plot twists along with it that just happened through season 2 and 3 are out of here, man.
Is it your show?
Season 3 is,
As artists, I look like, even me, I always look back at Joncea, the comedian, the actress, and it's just like, man, do you have those moments where you're looking at your character like, man, that dude is acting like you're a totally out of body experience type thing?
So the fun thing about playing Rigo is, honestly, they wrote it so well. I feel like it's almost every little black kid's dream. Like, I play a rapper that is the son of a drug
dealer.
lord. Like, I don't do none of the smoke. I'm just, all my homies do it for me. And I could just pop off and be a superstar. Like, I could just rap around and travel. I got all the money. I got everything. Like, playing it is so fun. Like, it's so fun because it's like, I'm doing music videos and
right.
stuff like that.
You Terrence and the dude,
Like,
though.
it's
you're
like,
a character, but you for real yourself,
like,
too.
I'm who I want to be at times.
Right.
Like, when I see myself as, like, the rock star, I was like, yeah, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. So, like, certain scenes I be cracking up because they be like, cut. I be like, why y'all say cut? Like, this is fun.
Can we do this again?
Can we
Because
run it back?
I want to shoot somebody.
Run it
Like,
back.
Terrence.
Now holding the guns and stuff is so hard because it's like, ain't no jail. He ain't finna die. Like, you know what I mean?
Terrence, put the gun down. It's lunchtime.
They be cracking up. I be in there playing. I'm like,
with your fake guns, fake money.
Yeah,
Look.
it's just so fun. And when you work with as many amazing people as you do on set, is a blast. We be having so much fun.
How is it working with Neo?
Bro,
Neo
that
seems
dude,
like he's the coolest dude ever.
The only time, and I say this proudly, the only time I was like, oh my God, Neo. It was like the first second I walked in the room, right? Because he's OG, like he like that
He's
dude.
Neo.
He's Neo. Don't act, you know.
Why
what I
is
mean?
he acting like? What are you doing, Neo? You're
But
Neo.
he like, what's up, bro? And he gives advice. He helps people. So humble.
That's why.
Like in the trailer all the time. Like his trailer lit. Like ours is lit, but like he Neo. So he got like a campfire. Like he got a little fire pit.
Fire pits in his trailer.
And his TV like 3 of mine. You know what I mean? So like I bring the PS5 in there with him. I just knock. Hey, I'm trying to play on the big screen.
Can I play on your TV? Because my
Like-
TV is like only
like,
60 inches.
He's
Yours
like, come
is
on in.
75.
He's like, I'm gonna go in my room. I'm like, you gonna go in your room? Okay, go in
Your
your room.
room
Go
in your trailer.
Go in your
Okay.
room. I'm gonna sit. I be on my couch in mine.
that turns into a bit.
Yeah, but he's like his experience, knowledge, maturity, just the way he carries himself. It's like even when we offset, when we walk around, like I was ready for. I was like, oh, we about to see what it's like to walk around and no, but it's like he don't put that out there, so he don't get those vibes. It's always, hey man, nice to meet you, much respect.
He's really humble.
So so cool. It's like I know he rich, we know he rich, but he won't like. You know what I mean?
He doesn't
like,
demean people. He doesn't make people feel like
yeah.
they're not.
Even when we
on
try
his
to get him
level.
to talk like that, we be in the studio, we be popping off, we be saying like, this song whack, this song whack. He be like, nah, man, somebody like it.
That's
Like,
true.
He'd be like, how does this sell so much? He'd be like, people like it, man. That's all. It ain't good, man. It's to you. I be like, man, I want to be like you, bro.
Right? But being around people like that actually helps you remain humble.
Bro.
I'm telling you,
Bruh.
I had an experience with Erica Campbell, where I literally was at her church one time, and she was just so sweet to everybody, like coming up to us, giving us hugs and all that stuff before service. Then during the time where it was time for the choir to sing, she was standing by her husband down in the audience. Then she went up on stage, and she stood on the side of the choir. She didn't go up, grab a mic, nothing like that. And she sang with the choir. And it was the most humbling thing I think I've ever seen from a celebrity. And I just was like, that right there is the type of celebrity I will always be. Just always be grounded. Always know that I am on the same exact level in God's eyes as all of these people. We just have jobs in the limelight. But we still are. Just like COVID taught us all. COVID put everybody back on the same level. Yeah, brought everybody down, and celebrities started making videos and taking commercials. Y'all know y'all shouldn't have to take out commercials. Y'all had enough money. But I'm just saying that it leveled down, and that's what Erica Campbell, like, shout out to her, showed me. She just was so humble.
Yeah, man, he's a different breed, man. The way he is with his family, the way he is with his friends. Even when I
saw he just got married.
Yeah, he renewed his vows.
Oh, okay.
So like, how he is, how he trusts his wife, how he treats his wife. There are things that I've learned about me as a man just by how he was, because the things they experience is way harder than the things I experience with mine. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Just having cameras and everyone all in their business and stuff like that. Just his level of trust and how he gives her freedom and stuff like that is things that I learned because I didn't grow up saying that. I grew up saying you got hide your woman, keep her down, the way my dad was. And I see people like him sending her on trips, not hounding her, you know what I mean? Just calling, she's excited for her news. Just little things that he does that when he would like hang up the phone with her, I'd ask him about it, and he would just, the way he would express it, it was like, oh wow, this is like happiness. This is what trust is. This is how it is to be with someone like him, or I would ask him stuff like, she calls every time on the lunch, like, that don't irk you? You don't ever just want like an hour to chill? He's like, bro, I'm on set 14 hours a day. She get to see me she get to call me one time. Let her have, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I'm just like, I guess you're right, bro. Yeah, I guess I can make a phone call. I
wanna be dirty to these women.
I remember one time I went on lunch and I made a call, and she was like, hello. She was like, what's up? I was like, no, it's just nice. I just want to see your face and talk to you. She was like, oh my God. I was like, is that easy? But I understood what it meant. It was just the fact I thought about her. I made the call, stuff like that. So little things like that.
Since you segue.
No, I'm not in a segue.
You didn't segue anywhere?
I just inched in it.
I didn't know.
Anything.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know.
I didn't know if you had a love life.
No, I was not really.
No, I didn't. Okay, no.
Not really doing.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. Okay, I know that.
I'm trying to establish who I want to be as a man before I tap into that and try to give somebody.
All of you.
Yeah. Well, half. They won't get all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your heart. Give.
Yeah. No, I just want to be proud of who I am. And I am. I love a lot of things about me. But, I don't think it's fair to start sharing a life with someone that doesn't have me 100% in. That's all.
Are you ever going to be able to be 100% in?
Mm-hmm.
You mean as far as love or just everything?
Everything. Just wanting that, opening. Right now, I'm all in with my dreams.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's a certain balance where you can do both. Okay. And I'm not willing to balance that right now because I want to put all of it on this right now.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It. And see, me, I feel like I'm at, it's a lot of doors opening and a lot of things that I'm tapping into. I feel like I want to go into this next chapter of my life, this next season of my life. I feel like I want to go with someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to share, because I already know how big I'm going to be. I don't know who else knows that, and I really don't care.
Ain't up to them.
Exactly. I don't really care. But I think I want to share it with a guy. I think I want somebody dope to let's live this life. Let's laugh at people. I need somebody super silly that's ready to just freaking be talking about people. We on the red carpet no, she did not wear those shoes.
Yeah,
elbowing the whole Oscars. You notice you watch it. Oh my God, I won. Stop, I won. I didn't expect. I told you. That type of. I want that. So I feel like this next, I don't know. I've been praying to God to just send me someone awesome and amazing to go to this next chapter with. But I think I can handle it. I hope. I want to, because I'm into the family thing. I'm into my parents were together 58 years, so just that type of thing. I grew up seeing. I grew up seeing a couple love. And my mom and dad, I posted this on Facebook the other day, they didn't teach us survival. They taught us love.
Yeah.
I didn't know what survival was until I moved here at 34 and had to freaking tap into survival.
What the hell is this?
I didn't have to learn survival, but I learned love. My parents would struggle, but we wouldn't know they was struggling because they gave us so much love and attention and they were present. Yeah. So that's what I want. No matter how much, because I already know I am going to be the beginning of making my family the Rockefellers. I already know this. This has already been my journey. This is what me and God already discussed. I'm going to add value to my family's name, and I will not stop until I do.
Thanks.
I'm here for that. But I also want it with a man, his family. We could begin to start this journey and breed our people, And I think I need somebody to do that with. I don't think I want to be out here alone doing that. But I probably should have sex first. But I need to open up. I need to open up a little bit. Jokes. These are just jokes, people, Mom. So tell me this, and then we're going, oh, no, we got plenty of time. I didn't even know we had this much time. Question. What's your proudest accomplishment so far?
Ooh.
If you say being a great son, no, I'm kidding. Okay,
I was leaning. I'm
I
trying
know
to find
he's
a
trying to
way.
figure out how to put you in there, Mom. You
Yeah,
know
I
that,
was
right?
thinking about it.
He
I
was
said,
like, "Ooh."
when I made my mom. No, I'm just playing.
When my mom,
No, I think one of the things that makes me proud is. Tell me if you can grasp this. I find a tremendous amount of joy in smiling at the end of my stories when people are looking at me like they just want to hug me. Does that make sense? Like, it took me many years of expressing my journey, my stories, and what I experienced. And at the end, people used to be like, "Oh my God," or "Damn," or like, "Oh," like it would, and I just be like, "What? Why are you doing that?" Like, and they're just like, "I just want to hug you. Or I just want to hold you. Or I feel like you need some a little bit more love." I'm like, "Do I sound that broken to you?"
so I get what you're saying. Your proudest accomplishment
Is
is taking what you were or your experiences and overcoming them to a place where you could now give joy instead of having someone feel sorry for you.
yeah, well, because people still do it. Like when they hear my story, like, even like earlier, you was like, "Oh my God, I just want to cry."
Now I only
And that
wanted to cry because it was
felt,
his birthday.
You felt it. Well, no, and on
Dang.
top of that, you just felt it. You understood it.
yeah.
It's like, but keep in mind, it made me proud because you got also, you don't know this, but like driving all the way here, I was like, T, you better fucking not crack. But that don't mean be strong or hide it. It just means you know what you about to walk into. And I knew about this for days leading up to it because I remember in my head, I go, fuck, I said I'm doing this on Friday? I don't even want to be seen. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good.
But
That's
it's like,
good that
I was
God
like, yeah,
leads
I was
you
like,
out.
nah. I was like, nah. Because I remember thinking, like, maybe we could do this another week or maybe. And I was like, nah, for what? For what?
Because your brother is proud of you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, deeper than that.
Yeah.
Deeper than that. Like, for what? Like, I just need another day. I need another Friday. For what? Like, just go in there, talk, share your story. Cool. That's why when you said it, you don't know, my chest went up. I don't know if we want to talk about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to talk. Hey, I'm about to mess you up too. Because the whole time I'm up here fighting what's going on inside. Little flashes, anything, his name, a letter J, any story, my childhood, everything I'm sharing with you, he's in that. So
Right.
his face is popping up, and I'm still
And
got
it's
these
both of
lights
y'all
in my
beside
face.
each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's T and John. My whole childhood, if you look, it was always T and John. So being able to tell this story right now better than I did 6 years ago when I was on year
That's
one.
so good, Terrence.
Those are the things I'm proud of because I still break down. I still cry. I thought I was gonna cry today. I still might. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is being able to say that, and then when I'm done saying it, whenever that period is in my story, be like this. That's like the illest shit ever.
Maya, isn't this so freaking good? I hope you're still watching. Oh my gosh, you're so everything, man. Golly, that was a great answer.
And people like at this, I think people look at me like I should be broken, and I don't think my story is the worst in the world or the most extreme, but it is wild. But and when you hear it out loud, you probably would think a lot of the things that most folks think. Or you probably would react the way most folks think. Like I hear people say it all the time. Like, if I lose my brother, bro, I'll lose my shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You don't know until
I'm like, nigga, you thought I did,
right.
or you think I know? Like I didn't. It happened to me, so it's like it's okay for Terrence because if it was you, it would go left. But like, nah, this is just my reality. I can't change that. That's the same thing I think about when everyone says like, my mom cool, or they lost their mom. Boy, I'd be ready to walk around the block just off the thought. And there's so many people out there that lost a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, like you say, you know how many of you say like, boy, T with his mom, he don't play with his mom. That boy T, sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I lost my dad. I know how it feels to like, because my dad was like my best friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hear it.
And
so
it's you don't know until you go through it. And
sheesh.
I would say, because I think about things that's happening to other people, and like I can't even think about anything happening to my children or stuff like that. That mental is like, but until it happens, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But I love how you answer that though. That is one of your proudest accomplishments, just being able to be free from whatever it was, or to just grow from your past. the best way you could.
They just keep growing. Like, don't ever. I've never felt like I overcame it. That's
You
never
never.
gonna happen.
It's
But
never
like,
gonna happen.
and people would be mind blown at my story. They be like, "You lost your brother, and you just da 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 da." And I'm like, "Yeah, but my mother lost her son.
She did.
My father lost his son, his youngest son. My mom lost her baby. Like, there's so many ways we could look at it. You know what
There's
I'm
so
saying?
many ways that you could take
There are
yourself out the
kids who
center.
lost their stepdad.
Out the center.
Yeah,
And
like,
put someone else in the center, and it's no longer
yeah,
yours
There's
anymore.
women he dated that were like, "Damn, that was my dude." You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I had
His
something.
best
We
friends
all
and
had
stuff.
and they all say, "But that was your brother." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's more than that." You know what I mean? He was a cousin. He
And
was
not only
this.
that, I try to look at death like this. Because I had a 4-year-old nephew that passed. I had a nephew that was 20. He was turning 21. I look at it like, would I give those years back to never known that person?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? For those 4 little years, I wouldn't give it back to have never known that person. So like I look at it like appreciation from God. Just even though I would have preferred way more time, I think that's the only time that was allowed, and I appreciate that time.
I'm battling with that right now. So like, I had my whole childhood with my little brother. I had my teenage years with my little brother. I had my young, like the beginning of our adult years with my little brother, and that's when it stopped. So I don't have like adult memories.
Yeah.
I don't have like, now I'm getting older. I'm not gonna grow old with him. Or when I start a family, there's no uncles. You know what I mean? There's nothing. So I have to stop myself from getting mad or angry and just realize that like what I have is what I have, and I can build off of what I got. I can always talk about what I have. I have so many videos, pictures, memories, and things like that. But it's like I get frustrated because it's just like you is my brother, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. You is my right hand and stuff. But like I said, I just take it for what it is, and I make the best. I share his story. I talk about his story. I talk about things he did all the time, and I've accepted the fact that, you know, when I see older brothers or stuff like that, like this picture has been fucking with me. They're not even brothers. There's just two guys. There's a black and white guy right there. You know what I mean? But just seeing
Django.
I know. I'm just saying, but like seeing two people as a pair, you know what I mean? Like, things like that are triggering when it's like you want to have that, or you want to see like, damn, what was we gonna be like older? Like, he was crazy. Damn, if you would have just got over that mountain and just like, cause I hit that mountain too. I was nutty too, but then I just was like, nah, let me chill. He would have chilled, you know what I'm saying? But like, he didn't get to that point. But I can't soak in it. I let myself think it. I let myself go through it. I take the time, like, cause I don't want to bottle up. I will explode. So I let myself go through it. I need to scream, cry, let it out, whatever case may be, draw, fucking walk, whatever. I go through it. But then it's time to push forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
his mission was
yeah,
done, and yours,
it don't end there.
yours have to keep going, and maybe you needed him on the other side to help you keep going. We just don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, trying to figure it out is where you lose your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment I started doing that, then I was like, okay, all right, let's get a better
Let's
doctor.
go back. Yeah.
Let's get some more help. Because it's like you trying to figure out what someone else did, yet the world's trying to figure you out, and you tell them stop trying. So why would you try to do it for somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
That's so good.
Like, we so special. We're all gifted. We all have this, but yet we tell people all the time, you don't really know me like that. You still got a lot to learn, or there's so much more to me and all that. So I have to do the same with him. I gotta just take what I got, love it, embrace it, hold on to it, and understand that like all that extra shit is just my pain trying to like add on to it. Because that's just easy to do. It's easy to be down. It's easy to give in. It's easy to fold. It's easier to give up. But I don't know how to do that. Like that quitting shit, I just don't know.
Listen.
Like when you said earlier, you was like, people have so many things to fall back on or stuff like that. I have nothing to fall. But you know what? Fall back on is moving back to my mama's house. Even if I were to get a job, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what my special skills
There are no plan Bs.
My skills will get me fired. Like, that's what my
Terrence,
special skills will get me fired from any job. So
I say this all the time. There is no plan B. My mother is around the corner because there is no plan B. She was in D.C. sick, and I could not move back there to take care of her.
Yeah.
So she had to move here in order for me to take
Mine
care
on
of
the
her.
way over here too.
Hey, listen, ain't
I
no
get
plan
it.
Bs, Mom. You're going to have to come on here. We only have plan A, and however plan A plays out, that's it. That's where we are.
That's what it is.
And we on our way to the top. So guess what? You got to come on here, and, you know, you don't got to climb the mountain with us, but you daggone sure going to watch right beside us.
That's
you
how
know
my,
what I'm
and
saying?
that's one thing my mom always stressed. But she's like, just tell me what's wrong, and we gonna get through it. Just say what it is, we gonna get through. Cause I was a kid who like I wait. I think it was one time I was like short on my rent. You know what I'm saying? Like really bad. And I was like, no, Mom, you don't understand. Like I need this money today by 3, or I'm out of here. And she's like, well, where's the window? Where's the? I'm like, I used all that. Like I used
Before
all
we
that.
called them,
before
right?
we called you, like I used everything. So my mom was always like, see, this is why we can't fix it, because you didn't tell nobody. You didn't give us no room. We have nothing now. You telling us what we got to do right now. If you would have let us know this ahead of time, you knew you ain't have it.
And you know what that's connected to? Pride.
Yeah.
Pride comes before a fall, and that's one thing moving out here taught me, how to ask. How to not be prideful no matter what it was. Like, forget it. Before I don't pay this, I'm going to call somebody.
Yeah.
Now, I am blessed to have a couple people I can call, but I could easily sit there and just be like, "No, you good." But why? Why? Because they know we're on this mission. We know we're on this mission, and God puts us in positions just to trust Him and just to see if we are going to get rid of things like pride, or things like that.
Yeah, that probably gotta go.
That pride, it comes before
I
a
just
fall.
Be like, now I just talk about it, express it. I know who to call. I know who to trust. I know who to open up to.
Yeah,
because
because eventually it's not going to always be this way. So eventually, and then my best friend told me this. She said, "Look, whether we give you the money or not, keep asking, because when you become a millionaire, we're planning our lives around your money." My best friend said that. Isis was like, "We're planning our lives around your money." She said people are going to call you like, "Yeah, I'm going to the Bahamas. Can you send me 5,000? We're planning our money." She said it.
I never even thought about it.
My
like
best
that.
friend said, "You better ask us." And anyway, because if you get millions, please believe we're planning our lives around your money. Think about that, Terrence.
Thought about that at all.
Hey, when my best friend said that, it helped me so much. I said, I'm going to just start calling anybody. Because people going to be calling. The more money you get, random strangers going to be hitting you. I went to high school with you. You sat next to me in biology. My son got leukemia. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah, my DMs, everybody need their rent paid.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I got. I have a book of every single person that's ever gave me anything. I write it down. I sure do. That way, when you call me, when my name gets bigger and you call me and ask me to do something, I'm going to look through my nice book. When you saw me struggling, you ain't sent me $10.
My nice book.
No, I'm not coming to speak at your son's school. I don't really care. Have a nice day. Like, I ain't going to be the one to say it, but I'm going to just tell you like this. I'm going to look through the little book. Oh, you know what? This person right here gave me. Oh, they gave me in my whole career of begging. That's what they like. That's what they like to call it. They like, you always begging. This one girl, I had to delete her because she was just going in on me, calling me all types of bums, saying I'm begging and all this stuff. Whatever, sis. So my years of begging, oh, you gave me $1,000-something. What do you need? I'm a multi-millionaire now. I'm good. What do you need? And see, what may seem a long time to y'all been on y'all job 25, 30 years. And they giving you like a couple $100 in raises. My 10 years is going to be millions. I got it. But let me tell you something. It ain't tricking if you got it, but let me tell you something. I got a little black book.
And when I get it.
Listen, I be telling people I'm the investment. Like, you gambling and you doing all that. You should be calling me before you go to the casinos. Do you need anything? Like, you putting your money in the wrong investment. Them people don't care about you. I'm going to be the one to send your kid to college. But I ain't going to do nothing for you if you watching me like, you stupid. You shouldn't have never left your hair salon. No, I should not have never left my hair salon. But I had to leave my hair salon. Because my hair salon was a dream that was done. This next mission is a new dream. Next, on to the next.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So ask. If you need rent, ask. But one thing I love about you that people don't know, Terrence is doing amazing on you. You had a couple shows and a lot of
Yeah.
work and stuff. He still lives in the same place.
I can't.
I like
I
Terrence.
can't. I don't see the point in moving.
Terrence.
So here's my thing. Joncea, look.
Terrence still lives in North Hollywood. It's
Right on
the
like
dirtiest strip.
one
Like,
bedroom. No, I ain't on the dirtiest, bro. It get wild.
wait a minute, it's roaches in the apartments that's
This-
next to us
this-
to yours.
Yeah, the apartments.
The
next
apartments,
to us.
the apartments that's about maybe a
Yeah.
half. Remember, I was staying in them for a
Yeah,
minute.
Yeah. I ain't in that
Now,
building.
your apartment
in
is
that
nothing
building. I
like
ain't
that.
in
I
that
will
building.
admit. But
So,
the fact that
nah.
you're still there instead
Yeah,
of
I wanted to move, but it's like I feel like if I move, I'm gonna have to move back. Like,
oh, you scared.
I'm scared. It's so much, man. It's to me, it's like I want to live comfortably. Like I want a house.
Smart. Yeah.
I don't want a big house. I'm not waiting until I can afford a big old house, but like a bigger apartment and 3 times the rent don't seem worthy to me right now when literally I see how rocky this industry is. I've been up, I've had a lot of bread, and then 8 months later, I was like, I swear to God, I had 6 figures in my account. What happened? You know what I mean?
So
And
I
didn't
remember
blow
you
it.
told me that. You want to talk about that? I
Yes.
remember you told me that time that you had all that money.
Yeah,
then
I
all of a
balled
sudden-
out because I didn't know. I thought it was going, like, I thought I was on. Like, I thought once you get on, you on. So season 1 money came, they gave me my first. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. And it was like, yeah, you guys, this is what you're going to get paid every Friday for the next 5 months. And I did some kind of math in my head, and it was way a lot. Like, I was like,
it was over $500,000.
I was like, every Friday I get this much?
yeah.
Run it.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
What y'all hoes
What
need?
y'all
I'm
want?
flying
That was on
everybody.
me. It was on me. I just balled out on me because I had spent 12, 14 years in debt, struggling,
I was just about to
washing
say.
my ass. And
Yeah.
I was like, nah, we about to live good. We about to eat seafood and all that. And I didn't blow it, but I lived good.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that though, but especially if you get another chance. Like I believe
God bless me.
gives you.
Yeah. That
I
wasn't a
believe
movie
he let
check.
you go
That
ahead.
was-
I believe he let you go ahead and just make those mistakes.
and that was my smallest
Early.
amount. Yeah, I did good.
He makes you make those mistakes early, so next time around you don't have these problems.
The good thing is when I was broke, I was saying it too. Like as soon as it went broke, I was like, yo, my shit gone. And everybody was like, what? And I was like, they
I
was like, T,
remember.
we going here. And I'm like, no, I ain't.
I remember you
I
was
ain't
like,
got
man.
it. They're like, what? What you mean? You just on the tip. I spent that shit, man. I spent it on what? Everything. Whatever I wanted.
My mama.
Who you asking? What you asking
what
me
they
for?
Need. Listen.
Nobody's upset. I'm just saying. I thought I was gonna be doing something else by now.
I mean, I'm on.
I thought I was on.
I
I'm
thought
like,
Terrence was getting all the phone calls. The phones was ringing.
yeah. So I'm like, this. I booked something
That's
else.
one thing I love about this, though. I love how you just don't know.
You know who told me to watch out, and I gotta tell him like you was right.
Who?
Trey, Elliott.
Ah.
Trey, I was doing.
Don't bring him up on my show. It's like, no.
Okay, I can't.
No, you can't. You
Okay.
can't. That's like my baby stepfather. I love his son.
Trey told me he saw me doing a bit about how much bread I had and was blowing it. He was like, "Hey, fool, you know the money don't come like that." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm on.
What you talking about?
I'm on TV.
Turns
bro."
green.
Like, I ain't say that yet. I was just like, but I made like we done struggling. I'm one of y'all now. I get
Right.
to hang out with y'all.
Are you Terrence? Are you?
I'm with Trey and them.
You Trey Elliott.
I'm one of the weigh-ins.
Please don't tell him that.
Yeah, I'm on.
Not one of the weigh-ins.
I'm on.
Oh my
Laugh
God.
Factory, Ron, all y'all guys. We all friends now.
Finally, I'm here
I'm
with y'all.
one of y'all. Dave Chappelle, what's up? Where you
Look,
at?
Ron got shows all on Nickelodeon. You
Yeah,
here.
we on. We
Yeah.
good. We good.
Yes.
Yeah. No. He
Mm-mm.
told me, it don't work like that. Like it's gonna be gone. Like, and it was gone. And then the
That was so
lockdown
fast,
helped
too.
too because I was humbled with my spending. That was fine. I was humble with giving season 2. You know what I'm saying? And I also saved, and I didn't save as much, but I saved. I did good. But the lockdown is what helped me realize that like you can always still create ways. You might, I started sitting around for a while, but then I was like, nah, bro, because this lockdown, you don't know how long it's gonna last. I remember I thought it was gonna be 3 months.
Man, me too.
But
I love the
had to
money that they was giving us during the lockdown though.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
think
know
I
how to get
made.
it. I was scared.
Oh man, you get me messed up.
Uh,
I think I made more money not trying than I did trying. I'm almost positive I did. During the
I,
lockdown, that's the money you talking about. You spent. That's what I spent.
I was scared.
Man, I got like I don't even
Yeah,
want to say how much.
you don't
I don't
want to
even.
say, don't say no
I don't even want
numbers.
to say how much.
Allegedly.
But one thing I will say to you, and I say this all the time to my friends: God don't go backwards.
Yeah.
So whatever you made this year, you're gonna make twice as much
Oh
next year.
yeah.
He don't go backwards.
No.
And the good thing is, we got another day to try, another day to be humble, another day to be grateful, thankful, another day. So you already answered what your biggest fear is, just practically going backwards, being broke again. Because I was gonna ask you that, but one more thing, and yeah,
What's that?
we're so. This is such a great interview. What really motivates you to work harder?
Honestly, I always felt less than,
Mm,
and it doesn't mean like a value. And when I say less than, I mean like a little bit slept on. And I don't mean slept on meaning like people don't believe in me. It means like I have these. I grew up really short. I was always short, but I wanted to play ball. I wanted to play football, basketball. You ask all my coaches, I had the biggest heart. Like we do drills where all like the big kids would be ready to run over people and everybody be scared. I'd be like, I hit his big ass.
right,
Let's go. And then they'd be like, you sure? I'm like, let's go. And he'd hit me and knock me on my ass and it hurt. I cried and everything. But I'd be like, but I did it.
right.
You know what I mean? It's because y'all thought I was scared to do it. So I always grew up feeling like people looked at me like you missing things to be who you want to be. And even as a kid, I was like, I want to be on TV. I want to do this. And they'd be like, you live in PA. Ain't nobody in PA on that. You gotta leave. Why I gotta leave? You gotta. All right, then I moved. So I moved. You know what I mean? So
Same.
growing up, I always felt like people gave me excuses of why I'll never be where I'm at.
So they were your motivation.
And so I grew up with that. Even with everything I'm trying to do now, like with dance, there's like you waited too long. There's kids who've been doing this since they were kids. Like there's schools and all this. I'm like, but I'm nice. So what you saying? Oh,
Mm,
I can't do this. All right, bet. And now I'm doing that. Or with acting, you know what I mean? Like you can't afford class and all that. So I'm like, all right. So I picked up jobs interviewing actors, and I interviewed actors for a year and a half, and asked them about their journey, not about nothing they did, just the experience, so I could pick it up. Then I met a coach, and he gave me some gems. He was like, you got it, kid. You just don't know shit.
mm.
He was real. He was like Rocky Coach. He's a real asshole, but I love him to death. God rest his soul. Only had him for a year.
He passed away.
Passed away.
Dang, I was
And
about to tell you to give him
and
to me.
he just dropped gems on me where he was just like, your judgment on acting is beyond anything I've ever seen. You just don't know shit. You don't know how to remember lines. You don't know about blocking. You don't know the like business of it. He said, don't learn how to act for now. Don't ever learn how to act. He said, learn the business, learn the science,
Mm.
and then you're gonna win. You'll win every time. He's like, you got it, like that. And he was just like, don't be learning how to make folks feel shit when you've been doing that all your life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
that's
he's
so good.
so that right there was my thing. He was the first one who made me feel like I had something. It wasn't like I need to figure out how to get something. He was like, you got something. People want people go to school to learn how to feel and think the way you think and feel. Like that judgment thing can be built, but you have it. So I always felt like I always was missing something. And with acting, he was the first one that made me feel like I had something. So I think my biggest motivation is making sure I get my point across with what I'm trying to create.
Mm.
So people could know and feel exactly what I wanted to when I was trying to create that. If that
Mm.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Like feel my like outcome. That's it. All the stuff I had to do leading up to it, that's my own journey. I don't expect people to understand how many nights I was up reading, learning how I had to learn how to
same.
talk. I didn't learn how to talk until I was like 10. You know what I mean? Like my stutter still haunts me to this day. My mom thinks one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever did in life was not know how to talk and then chase a career in talking.
Yeah,
Like, it's the most mind-blowing. She was like, that was the one thing that she thought was going to drive me down. My stutter was so bad.
You used to stutter real bad.
Stutter was like somebody took the key on a CD and just, I would just
So how did they make it? How did you?
I had speech classes my whole life. To this day. I practice how to talk. I practice how to breathe. I still stutter. I still have moments I miss my eye twitch a little bit. You know what I mean? I see it on shows.
What does that come with? I mean, how
my
does that...
speech impediment, they said it's my excitement and how I hold my throat. Like, sometimes I talk down like this, so the vocals go up and they get pinched or some shit like that. And they said my excitement mixed with that can cause a little flutter. My mom sees it. Like, my mom is kind of good at it because, like, she'll see me stuttering more and more. She'll be like, calm down. And I'd be like, you're right. And that's why stand-up was a little hard for me because I'd be so excited for my punchline that I fuck it up sometimes. Because I'd be so excited to make them laugh.
All you got to do is just go up there and be like, look, I stutter. I'm going to get excited and tell them your truth on stage.
That's what I mean.
They'll
like,
be here for
it would say shit like that. Like, we'd have moments, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, women think it's cute. I hate it. You know what I mean? But, like, anytime I do a good scene or something like that, that stuff just pushes me, man. Like, I'm so driven on just becoming a better version of myself that it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get distracted by the outside stuff. So, like, I am always been, like, I've had to prove my whole childhood. I just had to prove myself because of my size. Yeah. So now I just want to prove myself for myself. You know what I mean? And at this point, people respected me enough to, like me, I guess, and not look at me like, oh, he ain't got it, or this. So I proved enough.
Do you have to, like, work out and do all that to keep
I work out a lot because I do so much. Like, I'm skinny to a lot of people, you know what I mean? But I'm actually trying to gain weight, you know what I mean? Cause
it's funny you said gain weight because I know how much you love food. And I bought you some dinner.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is how... Y'all don't understand.
I bought you some dinner.
Listen, y'all don't understand.
Terrence really appreciates my cooking.
Y'all don't understand.
It's so funny you said gain weight.
That's what I'm saying.
I bought you some macaroni and cheese and some strawberries and what did I get you last time that you just said was so bomb? I just remade it for you.
She taught me how to make curry chicken in the oven with mayonnaise. I remember I ate that so much I got sick. Like, if I smell it now, I'll be done. Chicken breast with the mushroom sauce.
Chicken. Oh yeah, curry chicken.
In the oven pan, just throw it in the 30, 45 minutes. You got the nice brown top. Oh my God, when you taught me that.
I told him how to cook because he kept on asking me to cook from all the time. I'm like, Terrence, we're busy. I'm going to teach you this.
I don't like it.
You're like, can you just at least teach me one time how to do it?
Just give me like 3 meals.
So those are beef short ribs. I cooked them in an Instapot.
Oh, before we go, I have to ask you something because you're a cook too. But, like, I don't mean to take up y'all time.
I'm a chef. No, we have plenty of time.
You're a chef. Check it out. We had this debate the other day on this other show that I was on, and they said this: are people who exclusively Instapot cook or air fry just as good as people on a stove?
Can
you call yourself a cook if you just Instapot, air fry, and your meal's bomb?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can, as long as your food is good.
I feel like the inner you who's on the stove all the time is that you're scared of her right now.
No, I'm going to tell you this. First off, I didn't even call myself a chef. I always called myself a person that knows how to cook because my mom taught me how to cook when I was 9 years old. A person that just knows how to cook. I don't put myself on levels with these big-time chefs and people that do all this fancy stuff. I don't. Until this particular network said, hey, you better change that lingo. You're a chef. So now I'm a chef. Okay, fine. I'm a chef. But I always looked at it like, if you could cook, you could cook. However you cook.
However you make it.
I'm not hating on it. And the reason why I'm not hating on the stove versus the air fryer is because we evolve. That's like the microwave. I remember when we got a microwave when I was 10. We were the only ones on the block that didn't have one, and finally my parents broke down. Microwaves were like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That was big money back then. My parents found one at a yard sale for $50, and I remember it was like the greatest thing ever. And our Popeyes, we cooked them. You know those little cheap Popeyes you would buy? Like we cooked them in the microwave. And you know, I know how to make so much stuff in the microwave, and I just think you evolve. So, as far as if it tastes good,
It tastes good.
I mean, there might not even be a stove in 10 years the way they doing things now.
That's why I
Because
said
the Instant Pot is my, like, I made a sweet potato pie yesterday. I cooked the potatoes in the Instant Pot in 10 minutes.
That's why I try to tell them, I was like, look, if the outcome is the same, you still gotta season it. You still gotta. It's still a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You still gotta know what you're doing. Your judgment call is what makes you the cook. You know what I mean?
Those right there would take probably about 5 hours in the oven.
That's what I'm saying.
In the Instant Pot, an hour 45 minutes. Greatest thing invented.
That's what I mean.
I will never not make any pot roast, ribs, and I made you, Nick, barbecue beef ribs. I will never not make it in the Instant Pot first. Then I had to put yours in the oven to, of course, do the barbecue sauce and toast it and all that at the top. But I would never not use the Instant Pot. Ever, never, never. Best thing ever. Best thing ever, ever, ever. Are we still on?
Yeah, I'm done right now. Stay on the show. Stay focused.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I was about to shout out to everybody in the chat.
Stay focused. I got you.
Still talk to them?
Stay focused.
Okay, 'cause it says no one's in the chat.
Stay focused.
It says keeps freezing.
You're live.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
live.
he said
Okay,
you're
he's
live.
like, stay focused, Joncea. Well, I just want to shout out everybody that was in the chat today. It was a lot of you guys. What's up, my cousin Tia, Safari, Mr. Hall, Zena, Maya. Is this, what's this name? Thompson? I can't see
Oh,
it.
yeah, them screen names be crazy.
Yeah. Shamaria? I don't know. But shout out to all y'all. Protect my peace. I know that's right.
Shout out to your fam too. They were showing love in there.
To who?
Your family. I think you had some family in there that was showing love.
Oh, yeah. A lot of my family
Tell us
always watches
There's
every
a lot
week.
of shouts to them.
Luz, it looks like
That's my
some
mom.
good. That was your mom?
Luz.
Luz? Is that her name?
Luz McNeil.
Hey, Luz. Thank you for watching, and thank you for just creating this amazing person out of your body. Like, I think he's one of the greatest people out here. I'm honored to be in your presence right now, Terrence. I really am. And that's just off some friendship stuff.
Love.
I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you go and just keep going. I am such a fan of your work. I'm such a fan of the type of person you are, and just I'm humbled by it. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Anytime, man. Thank you for being a great friend. Just always there, always giving me great advice. And before I go, I want to give you your flowers too.
Thank you.
You gave me some of an advice, Jim, that I hold on to because it's happened to me numerous times. We were filming at my house one day, and someone with at that time I think I had like 10K on the gram, something like that. Someone with like 3 million stole my idea, reshot it, and put it on their page. And you saw me snapping. Like, I was pissed off. I had made a whole video, split video, snapping about it, saying, tell him to take it down, tell him this is whack, this is mine, idea, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And you was just like, what do you want? What do you want him to do? I was like, take it down, or at least tag me, do something. You was just like, for what? I was like, so people can know it's mine. So they can know it's mine. They be like, so you want his glory instead of the one that God's already got for you?
Ooh.
And I was like, what? Fuck all that. Like, I remember saying, like, nah, ain't nobody going down no spiritual road
Sound
right
like
now.
me.
I was like, ain't nobody trying to go down that road. This is my shit. Like, he needs to at least say, all right, I got this idea from T, or take it down. And then you said it again. It's like, exactly, you want the glory from him instead of the one God already has set for you. Let that man go. He can't even create no shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why he stole it.
Yep.
He
I
needed
remember
something to
saying
steal.
that.
And I remember I walked away from that and I let it marinate, you know, and I agreed with you. And I was just like, people do steal from me a lot. People do always want what's mine. People always trying to take what's mine. People always wonder how I got where I'm at, how I am where I am, or how I do what I do. So they just try to knock me out of the way so they could have that. And I remember it happened on a network show. It went from an Instagram video test, right, to a network show where I auditioned to be the host of a show. They booked me. And then they was like, do you have any show ideas that you would like to do? We're trying to find. And I was like, actually, yeah. And they was like, cool, pitch us something. Pitched them a show idea. They let me shoot it. Pilot, 2 episodes. Then they came to me and was like, yeah, we love it. However, we think, you should have a white host instead of a black host, but whatever the case. Long story short, I said no. They said, we want to keep the show idea, but just put someone else as the host. And I was like, nah. They was like, you can write it. You can write all the jokes. You can find all the material and everything. I was like, no, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. And they were like, yeah, well, we haven't. We're going to air these 3. We're going to reshoot it, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you can't do that. That's mine. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I had in mind. It was like, no, that's when I learned about IP. You know what I mean? It was like, you wrote that show here. You shot it here. That's our shit. You know what I mean? It was like, we're going to put it out, and we're going to keep shooting this show just like this. Like, so you can be a writer.
Out here all the time.
Yeah, you can be a writer, or you can let us do our thing like that. And I was like, and I remember thinking like, damn, I'm about to get punked. I got to take this writer's check, right? And I remember saying, nah, instantly. I was like, nah, go ahead, do it. And they was like, what? I was like, that episode I shot with me, or those 3 I shot with me, are going to be your best 3 of the year. No one's going to find the material that I found. No one's going to deliver it the way that I did. And the structure's not going to be the same because it's not y'all's. So go ahead. Enjoy it. Enjoy trying to mimic what you're doing, off me. And I walked away feeling, like, proud of myself because, like you said, that I didn't want the glory from them. I wanted it from God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they tried to put me in a place to be like, you need to be grateful and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, y'all just tried to chump me for the gift that God gave me. And the only reason I'm not mad that y'all about to air and steal my shit is because niggas have stole less and it hurt more. But I learned back then.
Yes.
So this ain't
and
nothing.
That's the only reason why God gives us those experiences. Why he takes us through what he takes us through, because it's gonna be bigger. And if we don't get it, we lose.
It's cool, bro. Like, I ain't even trip. I ain't feel no type of way. I still watch the network. I still show love and all that stuff like that. But I don't. Moments like that, I can't take to heart, man. I can't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I know my purpose is bigger than that. I know my impact is stronger. I know I've done more. Like, I know I touched more people and stuff like that, to the point where even the new host reached out to me and was like, yo, I know who you are, bro. And I was like, what's up? He goes, I host this show that you used to host. I don't know what went down, whatever, but could you help me? And I was like, no, I can't. I would love to, you know what I mean? But I can't help you because this is what happened. And he's like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't even know, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, that right
so
there.
So what ended up happening to the show? Because I know it didn't last.
They couldn't keep creating it.
Yeah.
It was just pointless. The material that I was finding and with the people that I was doing with just couldn't be recreated.
And
There's
see,
stuff
that's the
out
thing
of there
about
like
Hollywood.
it.
They always try to whitewash everything, and they know we are the greatest that do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's their loss, like you said.
But yeah, I say that to say thank you, because that piece of advice, when I look at people treating me a certain way or not a certain way, I make sure I'm saying, like, do I just want them to like me more, or is this a principle thing? You know, is this a God moment? Is this, what am I trying to? What do I really want out of this?
We don't need glory from anyone but God.
Exactly. So when I don't get it, bro, I tell you, I feel none of it now.
That's so
like,
good.
It feels so good, and it stems from that seed, that moment, because I was ready to knock that nigga head off.
Yeah, you were. I was watching you online, like, ooh.
I was hot, and it was just over likes.
It was over likes.
And my idea, but like my idea stems from things I've went through. So it's like, bro, chill out, bro. This is sacred.
He needed you. He needed you to write
thank you for that, because that gem
I appreciate that.
carried me a long way. So.
And you are welcome, and thank you for coming on the Joncea show.
Anytime.
We are well over, but it doesn't matter. It was worth every minute. Thank you for just giving us your all and keeping going. And you dropped some jewels that helped me today.
Oh, thank you.
So I want to keep going because you keep going. That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
what we're here for.
Much love, man.
So,
thanks for having me. Appreciate
enjoy.
y'all out there. You know, I had a blast. Hopefully, you know, the ones in the chat, you know, I hope y'all learned something, you know, got to know me a little bit more outside the jokes and stuff like that, and get to know.
And I hope you get back on stage.
I am.
Because, you know, it's in you. It's a part of you. And, you know, don't be afraid.
Yeah, I know. That's the first time I felt afraid. That's why I said, man, shout out to Tony because he really is showing me a new light and something that I like. I don't want to say buried, but
It's a part of us.
yeah. So
It's
Tony
a part of
Baker.
us. All right, y'all. Well, that was this week. I will see y'all next week. I have no idea who I'm gonna call, but maybe I'll reach out to Tony and see if he's available next week. Love y'all. Catch you later. Thank you, Nick. As always, the greatest producer. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terrence.
Yeah, he's back there working hard. My boy was clicking.
Great story, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I almost cried.
It happens, bro. I be crying all the time. I'm gonna cry a lot today.
Let's get out of here, Joncea.
I'm gonna cry a lot today.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow Joncea. Follow Terrence. What's it? Raw Swagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We out of here.
Like, share, subscribe.